cucina. I bring you healthy eating. I bring you wonderful ways to cook and make food fun. Today is all about the beautiful country of South Africa. I pray that I will make homage to your beautiful country. And someday I pray that I can come. And let me tell you, a long time ago when my husband and I were dating, I met this beautiful woman that she was from South Africa. And she made this dish. And me being the person that I am that is so food motivated, I went home, you know, and I carry these things everywhere I go so I can write recipes because I love to bring them to you. Hey, hello, good morning. I don't know who I am seeing over here. I want to give a shout out to Kate, to Gregorio. Hello everybody. So the first thing I want you to do is, I'm going to show you how to, okay, let me start all over. I'm so excited, guys. I'm just so excited about this dish because I really love it. And I haven't made it in a long time. So this is wonderful that I get to share it with you. So Frikkadel is like a patty. And I'm going to be making them. And I'm going to cook them later because that's what I'm going to have for dinner. And what they are is, this is a little patty that I'm going to teach you how to make it, and it's usually served with a Sheba sauce and mashed potatoes. Sometimes it's just served with French fries. I'm not making the mashed potatoes. You know how to make a mashed potatoes, okay? You boil the potatoes. When they're done, you take them out. You put some milk, you put some butter, you coochie, salt and pepper, and boom. There you go. That's your mashed potatoes. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is bring the frikkadel. By now you guys know frikkadel. So here it is. South African, and we are talking Italian. I don't know any words in South African, so all these beautiful South African people that are out there, please send me some words. I would love to learn, especially say hello or I love you. You know, I know how to say I love you in quite a few languages, but not in this case. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is and I've done this, you guys. I cut the onions. I cut them yesterday, so I don't have to go through this constant sinus thing with you guys. All right, so for the Sheba sauce, the Sheba sauce, it's beautiful. The Sheba sauce, I'm going to give you the recipe right now for the Sheba sauce. I'm going to give you the ingredients, and then I'm going to show you how to cook it. All right, you guys ready? 1 tablespoon of ghee. 1 tablespoon of ghee. We will come to the ghee part. Let me turn this on so I can get this guy warming here. So it'll be 1 tablespoon of ghee, okay, 2 diced onions, 3 diced garlic. So far so good. 4 chopped tomatoes, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley. And she introduced me to this wonderful spice that is called sumac. Sumac, it's like a lemony, actually, you know how it is. When I get it from the store and I put it in a jar, I don't throw it. You know me, I keep in my jars. I know I have to go to Jar's Anatomy, the 12 steps of Jar Anatomy. But I'm doing good. I'm not keeping a lot. And sumac, it's a lemony flavor. And she showed that to me, and I never knew anything about sumac. So if you don't have sumac, you can take a lemon and you can grind it or you can omit it. Okay? So half a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. Let me repeat this, okay? What I have here is, if I can open them, I did it yesterday. I chopped my tomatoes and I put them all in here. And what I have in here is 4 chopped tomatoes, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 tablespoon of sumac, optional, and half a teaspoon salt and a 1/4 teaspoon sugar. It's all in here. You see that? And I have it in my jar, so it's ready to rock and roll. I'm going to bring it on this side. Remember I told you about the 2 chopped onions, and I have them in here because onions and me don't get along very well, but I like them. So what kind of onions? You know, white onions. All right. And remember the chopped garlic. Okay, I'm gonna bring it on this side because I think this guy is kind of ready to rock and roll. So come with me, guys. Because it's all about South Africa. Oh, this is so exciting. All right, can you guys see here? Okay, I got a pan. You see, you got a pan. Let me see. I want to make sure that you guys can see. Okay, I got a pan going on in here. You know, one of these guys, cast iron skillet, not skillet, but cast iron pan. I want to make sure that it's, ooh, that's nice and hot. Okay, to that, let me get my ghee. And what you do is, you know, while we are going to be making the other frika, let me grab my spoon because I started here. While we make the frikadel, this is going to be cooking. So this is going to be cooking for about 15-20 minutes, okay? So it's very simple, very easy transaction, okay? Tablespoon of ghee. Ghee is very good for you. It's a very good cleanser. All right, so no olive oil on this guy. And we are listening to some South Africa beautiful music. And when the drums come on, let me tell you, I love drumming. Anybody likes drumming? Who likes drumming? I want to see some hearts. Who likes drumming? Drumming is good for the soul. All right, so I got my 1 tablespoon of ghee. Let me remove that out of the way. Put that in the sink because I'm not going to need that at all. All right, so what I want to do is I want to put my garlic. Okay, there goes the onions. Let me get the heck out away from the onions because, oh my goodness, I can smell them from here. Let me get this out of the way. Because no sinus today. I don't want to sniffle. All right. So what we want to do, guys, is, let me bring you over here. I don't know, can you guys see that? All right, you know, I'm not a professional. I need a professional here. Maybe I'll bring my grandson. Okay, my phone doesn't like that. You see that? It just shut me out. I think I'm gonna get my grandson to come over and he can be my videographer. Okay, what we wanna do, guys, is we wanna put this in medium, and you want to really, we don't wanna burn anything. And remember what I told you, people are really afraid to use cast iron pans or anything. As long as you keep it lubricated, it doesn't stick. So the first thing I did is I added the tablespoon of ghee, okay? And that ghee will easily cook this, all right? So, you know, I love cooking different recipes, you know, and especially the recipes that I am bringing to you are all recipes, guys, that people grew up with, that their mothers made. Isn't that wonderful? And, you know, and I was thinking today that the day that I am no longer here, YouTube will be here, so my grandkids can watch me and say, oh, you know what, I remember my grandma, she used to make that. I wonder, and now they can go check it out, you know, if they don't remember, if they didn't write down the recipe, no? So anyways, I've never been to South Africa, but it's a beautiful country. There's a lot of beautiful countries everywhere. And I am very, very grateful for the experiences, like I said yesterday, that I have had in meeting these wonderful people. You know, when I was little, I was more interested in the animals and, you know, and being outdoors and everything. And then, you know, I told you that I burned my first spaghetti sauce when I was 14 or 15, when I was cooking. I tried to make dinner for my parents that they were working 12 to 14 hours a day. And all I did was going to school. So here, guys, you know, we're still, you know, sauteing the onions. It takes a while, you know, it takes a while to saute the onions. And what I want to do is the onions are starting to, and I have it now. Oh, you know what? I had it on low. Go figure that one out. I'm like a Jewel Childs. I haven't dropped the chicken, eh? I did drop the jar yesterday. You know, we have to have fun, guys. We have to have fun. That's what life is all about, you know. I know there's a lot of struggles, you know, and trust me, we've all had them. I've had them. We've all had them. So for some reason, I don't know what's going on here today. Nothing, I know my oven is, yeah, thank God it's working, right? Boy, we will be in trouble. Not my oven, my stove. Okay, so I'm still trying to get these guys rocking and rolling over here. In the meantime, as I am doing this, I am going to give you the recipe. Let me grab my glasses. Where am I? Oh, here they are. I'm telling you. I'm going to give you the recipe for the frikadel. Okay, you ready for the frikadel? 2 slices of white bread soaked in water. I did not have that. Therefore, I am using whatever bread I have. All right? You will be using, you're going to be sauteing, and I already have sauteed yesterday because I had more time. And let me tell you what's in there, okay? I used 1 red onion minced, 2 garlic cloves minced, and 1 tablespoon of ghee where I cooked that, okay? Now you're going to need 1 pound of ground beef, salt and pepper, 2 tablespoons of parsley, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander seeds. If you don't have coriander seeds, don't worry about it. Use the grounded one. A half a teaspoon of turmeric, a half a teaspoon of white pepper, a pinch of cloves, and 1 egg. Okay, so I gave, and trust me, I'm going to go over this again. Because right now, my onions, oh, mamma mia, boy, these guys are, okay, I have to turn the vent on because they're smoking. These guys are smoking. My onions. All right, so now that my onions got a beautiful color, you know, it takes, you know, I'm not trying to caramelize the onions, okay? No caramelizing of the onions. What I'm trying to do is I am just trying to cook down the onions a little bit because it's going to get 15-20 minutes for that Sheba sauce to cook. And then once the Sheba sauce, you know, cooks and cools, then I'm going to put it in a bowl. I'm going to, I'm going to cover it, and I'm just going to leave it out. I don't have to put it in the refrigerator because I'm going to be using it today. And then whatever Sheba sauce, what you could do is, once it's all cool, put them in baggies, okay, and put it in your freezer and write down the date and what it was. So then that way, when you need it, you just take it out, okay? All right, so now that my onions are doing really good here, nobody's stuck. You know, nobody sticks. I mean, the onions, they like to kind of come out of the pot here. Now I am going to add all of my tomatoes. Okay, well, they don't want to come out. All right, wait a minute here. I'm telling you, I am an accident ready to happen. No, I'm not. All right. Let me throw those over there because those were the last ones. All right, for some reason, my tomatoes, they don't want to come out. But I am going to win. Woohoo! Now do you understand why I keep my jars? Because, you know, it's beautiful to keep jars. All right, so that went in there. So now let me bring you, hold on. Let me turn the light. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see that? Okay, let me get it up there. Oh man, I don't videotape very well, do I? All right, let me bring you back over here. I I am not a professional videographer, but anybody that wants to come over to my kitchen and videotape this, you're more than welcome, and you get to eat too. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to mix all those wonderful ingredients that I told you, okay? You don't have to cover it up or anything like that. Just kind of mix this guy up. You see what I'm doing? You're mixing the... Oh man, I'm telling you. I just really want you to see this. All right, so I'm just mixing it all up. You see how beautiful that looks, that Sheba? All right, so now what we're gonna do with the Sheba sauce, we're just gonna leave that, all right? Okay, now come with me. Come with me, yay, in my kitchen. All right, yay, my favorite part. Okay, so now, what I'm gonna do with the Sheba sauce, guys, is I am just gonna turn it down. And I am just going to give myself here 20 minutes. I don't really like to measure anything, but in this case I'm going to. And let me get the fan out. Okay, because now we don't have anything going on in there. All right, now let me bring you back to the Frikkadel. Let me go grab my beef and I'll be right back. Aspetta. We are cooking today. Woohoo! We're prepping and cooking. All right. And what I have here is 1 pound of ground beef that is, you know, no antibiotics and none of that stuff. I don't need that in my body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the bag and I am going to put my 1 pound, because what happened is when I get it, I put it in freezer bags, okay, and I throw the container away because I don't know what was in that container, okay? Just like my mother, her first time when we came to America, and she had never been to a store. She wanted to know, where did the chicken come from? All right, I'm not going to put that in one of these because, of the meat thing. All right, let me get you guys straightened up over here. You guys don't look like you're... There we go. Here. You know me, I gotta have it perfect, And I always tell you, we don't have to be perfect. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is, let me grab a spoon to get this guy kind of lay down. He's got to go take a nap. Okay, I'm just going to put the beef to the side. Don't worry, guys. It's not going to go bad. You're only going to leave it for a few minutes, okay? The ground beef police is not here today. They're off. They're trying to keep everybody social distancing. Okay, so now get yourself a towel like so and grab your bread and squeeze the bread. 2 slices of white bread. I have made it with white bread. I have made them with whole wheat bread. Okay, make it squeezy, very goody. Let me throw that out, get it out of the way. And then break it down with your fingers, like so. All right, and the reason that I didn't want to put it in the bowl where my meat is, because I wanted to make sure that it's very well rinsed out, okay? All right, so now, let me grab the bowl, and I'm gonna put that right into with my meat. All right, let me grab a... Oh my goodness, my Sheba sauce, guys. It's rock and rolling, it's doing wonderful. I hope my friends from South Korea, not South Korea, I'm so sorry, but hello, shout out to South Korea, hello. I haven't done any of your foods yet. I can't wait for me to do some of your dishes. The Sheba sauce from South Africa is doing wonderful, so it's really breaking down. It's doing its wonderful. It's called blue, blue, blue. It's doing its own thing. All right, so that's wonderful. All right, so now to this, I am going to add an egg. Okay, remember to always keep, I always tell you, and I'm going to make, okay, that looks like a good egg. I had an egg the other day that it floated to the top. And when an egg floats to the top, it's not good. Trash it. So the expiration date on that carton was wrong, eh? Okay, so I'm going to put that on the side because we don't need that anymore. All right, so now I got a pound of ground beef, 2 slices of bread, and 1 egg in here. Okay, now I am going to remove this because I am going to chop 2 tablespoons of parsley. I really love parsley, so whether it's a 2 tablespoons or more tablespoons, I don't know. You know about me and measuring. So I am going to cut the stems. You know, guys, the stems, I put them in baggies. And I use them when I make soup. And they freeze wonderfully. So we don't have to throw nothing away, okay? All right, so pretty much I'm just going to chop. And I'm not going to, and you know, you can be precise. If you want to really be precise, that this is 2 tablespoons. You know, I everything. When I was younger, you know, I measured because, you know, I wanted things to be perfect. And the thing is, perfection is not about, you know, the okay, let me perfection is the fact that you tried it. And whether if you failed, you know what, you never failed. Because the fact is that you tried it. Okay, so now if you really want to know, that's the 2 tablespoons, okay? And you know me, I like it to do nice and heapy tablespoons. And I'm just going to put it right where the meat mixture is. And guess what? It's about 2 tablespoons. But me, I want to have more because I am not going to waste this wonderful yumminess. This wonderful parsley that is so wonderful for you, high on antioxidants and very good for the bones. Okay, so now, remember, we're going to save this, little guys. Okay, so now to this, all right, what you do with a tablespoon of butter and the 2 minced garlic and the 1 onion minced is that you cook it, okay? And you drain it, and then you cool it. And that's what I did, so that's going to go into my wonderful meat mixture. All goes in here. You know, somebody yesterday texted me and said, you know, I never had a South African or any kind of African food before, and she was very excited about the segment. So I am so glad that I'm able to bring you foods from other countries, that they're delicious, and I have been very, very blessed to have met so many people from different countries. And I'm going to tell you a little story. But first, let me check on the, oh my goodness, it's looking beautiful, our Sheba sauce, guys. In my household, when I raised my daughter, and my daughter will tell you this, we had a very colorful house. Everybody was invited into my house. No matter what nationality you were, no matter what country you were from, no matter if you were different colors, or you wore your hair like a mohawk, or you had tattoos, or no matter who you were always welcome. And my daughter grew up with all these beautiful people in her life, because we can learn so much, guys, from everybody. And I know that not everybody is nice, but they should be nice, eh? Okay, bono. Bono. Bono means good. Bono. All right, so now I am going to be doing my spices that I told you about, okay? Remember, we have 2 tablespoons of the white bread that we squeezed the heck out of it. We have a pound of a ground beef in here. We have 2 tablespoons of parsley or more. We have sauteed, you know, the wonderful red onion with the garlic in here. And now it's all about, and I made it very simple. Half a teaspoon of everything. Half a teaspoon of the turmeric. Remember, turmeric does not go anywhere. They're married together with the organic white pepper. And I'm just going to use now. It's only going to be a pinch of cloves, so I'm going to wait on the pinch of cloves. So aspetta. No, don't rush me, please. Okay, because you know I get mixed up. I really love sumac. I love it. I'm going to use a whole teaspoon. And you don't have to have sumac. Okay, but check out sumac. It's a wonderful spice. You can take a chicken, you can rub it with this, you can put the chicken and let it marinate for 24 hours, and the next day you cook it, and oh my God, it's delicious. All right, so that is out of the way. I am, you know, I'm going to use a whole teaspoon instead of a half a teaspoon of turmeric, because turmeric is very good for inflammation. Yes, remember I talk about inflammation, and what causes disease in the body is inflammation. So if you keep your body healthy and you keep your body in alkaline, it does not get sick. So listen guys, we still have 10 minutes in the cooking of our wonderful Sheba sauce, because I really want you to see it. Okay, so now I am getting a teaspoon of my wonderful organic white pepper. So I put them on the side so then I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now on the ground coriander seeds. I have a friend from Egypt. She goes to Egypt every year. She always asks me, Elena, what do you want me to bring you? So I asked her for coriander seeds, and she brought me coriander seeds, and she gave it to me in a nice little container like so. So I have them, but if I did not have them, I can use ground coriander seeds. So now what I'm going to do is going to take a teaspoon of that, because I want to show you how to do this, guys. And if you don't have a spice grinder, this is wonderful. So what you do is I'm going to start, put this out of the way. I'm just going to ground these guys, okay? Put some muscles. Oh, muscle. Or you could go like this. And don't worry about it if the seeds go on the ground. I don't know if my dog eats that. Gosh, I hope he doesn't. All right, so now that I have grinded, then what I do, remember what I taught you guys? All right, yes, it would be a half a teaspoon, yeah, but you know what? I really love coriander, and coriander is good for me. So, you know, I am not going to worry about if it's a half a teaspoon or not. But in this recipe, it should be half a teaspoon, but I'm not going to worry about it. The remainder of this, all right, I'm going to put it right back in the jar. These are Egyptian, man. Oh my God, how wonderful. Coriander is such a beautiful, beautiful unused spice. And, you know, I show you a lot of different spices from different parts of the country. All right, so now I'm going to move these guys out of the way. Let me move that out of the way. And then a little bit of pinch of salt. Let's see, what it usually was supposed to be about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt. So there goes the salt. I already used my pepper. All right, so now let me clear the decks. Let me keep my pinch over here. I have not used that. I'm going to clear the decks, but this little guy is going to go in a bag, so he's not going to be trashed. Oh, this is the part that I love the best. Okay, so now you're going to have your wonderful mixture right here. All right? Then you're going to get yourself a nice little platter, because these are going to be, and you know, my husband, he actually asked me if I can make one for him for lunch, so I will make him lunch, but this is dinner. And now let me check on my Sheba sauce. Oh, my Sheba sauce. So you see how easy this is, guys? You see how easy this is? Because this way, you can do this dish, and we still have 7 minutes, okay? And we already been done with this. So grab yourself a bowl of water. Let me grab one of these bowls that did not have any meat or anything. Okay, we're gonna grab, all right, so now take your rings off. All right, make sure that your hands are very, very clean, okay? So now what I like to do is, here, let me dry my hands. First I gotta get my hands wet, then I gotta dry my hands, go figure. All right, so now we're gonna do a pinch of cloves, And she would just, so let me just do a pinch of cloves. Underutilized cloves only comes out at Christmas time when we're making cookies. You know, when my mother-in-law passed and we cleaned out her house, she had over 30 cloves. Yep, because, you know, we forget that we have it, and then we can't find it. All right, so here it is. I'm taking everything off, because I don't want to get all my jewelry and all that good stuff mixed up. Okay, so now we're going to mix, the egg is in here. We're going to mix this together, guys. Don't be afraid. This is Frikkadel. Wonderful little patties. Wonderful little patties from South Africa. A recipe from my friend. And you know, and I don't know where she might be, but I pray that she and her family are doing well. I know she went back to South Africa. She came to this country and she tried to make it a go. It did not work out. And in that, I met her. So, anyways, so now that we have this beautiful mixture, you know, make sure it's nice and mixed. Get in there. You know, like, you know, that's why God gave us fingers. All right, so now I am going to take, here's my water, okay? So if your hands get too dry, use that. So what I want to do is I want to do like a, you know, like a meatball, okay? And then from the middle, start working. You see what I'm doing? Start working, okay? And make sure that you have a little indentation, because the indentation is what keeps it from puffing. Did I say that right? From puffing. And if you get some on the counter, don't worry about it. You can always clean the counter. So here goes one. And but I'm not going to be cooking them. So remember, try to make them the same size. And like I said, you know, this is served with a wonderful, delicious. And I guess what we did, the way that she instructed me, is that you would dip, or sometimes you would put it on top. So you see how they are. And these guys, how do you cook these? Okay, you would take a little bit of olive oil, and what I would do is just a little bit of olive oil, and then I would make them until they're nice and crispy, okay? So these are a lot of fun. The kids can help you with this. This could be, I don't know, some type of a project. I mean, you know, cooking should be part of a curriculum of school, because teach a man to fish and he'll never go hungry. You give a man a fish and he'll go hungry. So let's just teach our children to get into the kitchen. So remember the indentation, all right? Look how cute these guys are looking. And what I'm going to do is, I am going to be making quite a few of these. All right, look at that. Look at that. And it's not hard at all, okay? It's like making meatballs. So this is a Frikkadel, and the Frikkadel again, you know what, can you bake this? I've never baked them, I just did them like her, but maybe you could bake them, but I would make sure that if I were to bake them, I would put them in a tray that the fat can come out, you know, one of those things that I have one of those, but I'm not going to do that, okay? So now, let's just say that, you know, you don't really want to make a lot of these, all right? Guess what, guys? If your meat has been fresh and never frozen, I don't see a problem with refreezing this, and I've done them, and the freezer police was not here, so I did not get a ticket, and it tasted just as good. Okay, so now I'm probably, since my husband wants, I'm gonna make him 2, and then we're gonna have some dinner. And then what I can do with this later is I can put it in a freezer bag, put the date, and put down South Africa Frikkadel, okay? But these are so delicious and so good. I can see why they were talking about the white bread, because the crust of my other bread keeps wanting to come out. I have not used the water because I guess my hands must be nice. All right, so keep going, keep making them. Oh, look how beautiful they look. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna make these because they'll even be better tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm not cooking. The weekend, I try not to cook. We practically have leftovers, and that's how it's going to play out with us. Let me remove that part of the, oh, that was the water. Well, I just had a little bit of that bread. Okay, remember the little hole, okay? And what I would cook these guys very slowly, all right? So, then that way they get nice and doradito, you know, nice and golden, All right, I think I have 2 more. And guess what? We're almost done with the other one. Look at that. 20 minutes, you see that? But the thing is, you know, prepping is the key. Prepping is the key for everything. I wish I would have known that when I was younger. You know, as a single mom, working 40, 45 hours and then coming home and helping my daughter with school. And, you know, and we didn't have a lot in those days. And my daughter and I, you know, it was just her and I, you know, until Alan showed up. What a blessing Alan is. Okay, I have a little bit left, so let me go back to the first one and see which one looks kind of skinny. You know, we don't want anybody to be skinny, you know, we got to make it nice and nicey. Because, you know, sometimes you may have 2 or 3, depending on how many somebody wants. All right. And today is our last day of Eating Healthy Eating International. And, you know, and you can't eat healthy international, so I'm just putting... All right, so this the beeper is going off. Everything is coming to me with my hands. Because I'm going to show you. All right, let me remove this. And I like to use this because now this is going to straight into the wash because it's been around the meat. So then that way I don't have to worry about that part. Okay, I'm coming over here. I'm going to shut this off. And I just want to bring you back to this wonderful Frikkadel. Remember, we're just going to put him, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful, guys? Isn't that beautiful? And you know, and this is really good because this actually, using all of these tomatoes, I was able to finish my tomatoes. We did all the tomato week and we did all those tomatoes, and trust me, I still had tomatoes. So I used the tomatoes. So now, oh my goodness, look at this. Oh my goodness, this looks wonderful. Has cooked down completely. Let me bring it to over here because I'm going to show this to you. And you know, maybe the onion should have been cut smaller, you know, but I did not cut the onion smaller because, you know, me and onions don't get along. All right. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, aromatherapy. Look at this. This is the Sheba sauce that you guys made. You see that? Frikkadel with Sheba sauce. All right, you know, I haven't tasted this in a long time, so I gotta taste. Oh, I gotta taste because I can smell it. You can smell the oregano. And you see how it cooked down, guys? 20 minutes. You see that, how it cooked down? And I wish this was cooked so I can eat it with it. Wow. 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 Guys, you gotta try this. Other countries have so many gifts of food that we don't have to be afraid. And I bring to you lots of love. I bring to you South African Frikkadel. I hope I said it correctly. Frikkadel and Sheba sauce. And you know how to make it mashed potatoes. I'm not making mashed potatoes. I'm going to be having this and this with a beautiful salad. And that's what's going to be our dinner. I want to thank you so much today for joining me on this wonderful adventure of South Africa. I send you molti baci, new word, molti baci, lots and lots and lots of kisses to you and your family, and pray for you and pray for the world that we all heal from this and that we will all come back together again and be able to travel to these beautiful countries and meet the most beautiful people. They want to know you just as much as you want to know them. So here it is, guys. Frikkadel and the Sheba sauce. I hope that I did well. I'm sure the onions could have been smaller, but because they're supposed to kind of be minced, but I kind of chopped them, but you know me, you know. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful weekend. Take care of yourself. Eat well. Rest when you're tired. I love you, I love you, I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Molti baci a tutti quanti. Lots and lots of kids and everybody. Mwah, baci, baci, baci. Ciao, ciao, belli. Ciao, ciao.